supposed to be your hiding place. If I'm hurting bad enough, I ain't gonna let no, I'm gonna go to him, because most folks, if they catch you down, they gonna kick you. But he can be that off my hiding place. And when I get there, thou shalt, an emphatic statement, what? Preserve me. And you don't want that blessing? But you're blessed. But a lot of us don't live that way. Lord, if little something get a hangnail, we trip out. And then run around and say, I can't get a prayer through to the Lord. Where is that in the book? Now listen. Preserve me from, what are you going to preserve you from? It's pretty explicit. From trouble. That's a blessing. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. See, it's a happy time. See, everybody know how to, when Luther was around, somebody done me wrong, kicked my dog in the blues. Y'all get all into that, buddy. Whoa. And Lord said, wait a minute, there's some songs of deliverance around here. Have you ever been listening some days when you're down, and all of a sudden something just get in my spirit, pop that gospel off. Ah, glory. And all of a sudden the joy of the Lord starts spilling in there. All the pain starts drifting away. All of the stuff that, the nonsense. I know sometimes y'all think I done lost my mind when I tell you about a song that grabs you. Oh, no. See, those are songs of deliverance. He took everything I was and made me what I am. And that got to pick you up a little bit, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but heck, look, songs of deliverance. See, Lord, think about it. That's why I don't spend no time on no bebop, stuff. I used to. I still like a little jazz and blues every now and then. But I prefer. See, he know my heart. Give me my word. Oh, no. Now listen to this. Even in them songs, even in everything. So the choir know that I'm not just playing with it. He says in them songs, look what he says. This is God talking to you. Don't you see how the song is kind of moving around there? I will instruct thee. Oh, it's a prophetic word. And what? Teach thee. What are you going to teach you to do? In the way which thou shalt go. Isn't that awesome? You don't want that blessing? Some of you sitting up and down. I don't know what I'm going to do. I ain't got no job. I can't do this. But wait a minute. He's kicking in another blessing right here. If you ever underline this, that's what the Lord said. Look what he said. I'll in thee where thou shalt go. And not only this, he said, wait a minute. So you don't meet Mr. Good Stuff or whatever, what I'm wanting to trip your mind out there. He says, I will guide thee with my eye. Now you got to understand that I has to be singular. Anybody read over there in Luke? Because if it got a little darkness in, what is it? Just how dark is it? You see, you don't judge anybody when you walk around with God's eye. You see them as he sees them. And that's when you can speak things as though they were. Because you don't have that unction, what the Lord does, and you know all things. That's a blessing, church. That you can walk around in this sin-sick and dying world with the eye of God means you ain't going to run into too much unless you get careless. Then they got quiet on me now. Now, how do I know that's true? Because God gives some more instruction. Are y'all ready here? Okay. He says, be ye not as the horse. That's the Hebraism. Or as the mule, which have no understanding. You have no business walking around here without understanding. You got 3 preachers and 4 preachers. Well, we here to teach you what the word says. Plus, if you lack wisdom, what he say do? It's so simple, church, and it's a blessing. We don't have to have no string tied or rope tied around our leg. And you got to wear no special garments with bells on them to walk into the holies of holies. Because if the bell stopped ringing and they didn't hear from you long enough, they had to pull you up out of there. Now you can go into the holies of holies like anybody else. Lord have mercy. Y'all didn't hear that, did you? You ought to have that none. Whose mouth must be held with a bit and bridle, lest they come near unto thee. So it's a pig-headed, mute-headed folks out there. You got to know that. But God said, since they won't let me lead, guide, and direct them, I just let their circumstances do it. He do the same for you if you don't want to listen to him. If you say, I don't want your blessing, he said, okay, that's cool with me. Have a nice trip. Now, how do I know this truth? Don't think I'm making up this. That's why I love covenant verse by verse. So you'll understand what God said. Now, if you're not letting me lead, guide, and direct you, you're not accepting the blessings that I put in your life, let me explain what will happen to you by your own volition. Many sorrows shall be to who? The wicked. You're not supposed to be numbered with them. Anybody getting quiet on me now? Okay. But, that's one of them good conjunctions. But he, meaning all inclusive, that trusteth in the Lord, mercy shall compass him about. Isn't that awesome? Well, how do we know that's true? Because I know it. Last time I read over there in Ecclesiastes, about third chapter, it said, my mercies are renewed daily. And not only that, so you don't understand, some mercy and grace kissed but a while ago. And then when one comes, the other right along with it. That's where them two comes in. Remember them two in there? Mercy and grace, they kissed. Yeah, they didn't hear that, did they? I don't think y'all heard what. See, you want that mercy and grace every day, every one of them. That's a blessing from God. Without Lord, have mercy. And even if you don't, God is so good, even if you don't want to accept that out, you know about being happy? But he said, but you, now listen to this. Be glad. Why? Because the Lord is blessing me. Be glad in the Lord. And what else he said do? Walk around like sad sack? No, and rejoice, ye righteous. Meaning, that's why you can kneel before him. You can rejoice. You can say, thank you, Lord. It may not look well now, but I know you're coming.
Amen.
I may be ill right now in somebody else's eyes, but I know something about you. I know you're a healer. Because I read in your word that it's the Lord that healeth thee. That's what the book says. So I should be glad in the Lord. Did it say be glad in my job? Didn't say that, did it? Be glad in my mate? Didn't say that. Be glad in my church? Didn't say that. Say be glad in the Lord. And rejoice. But as a condition, you righteous. And look, you ought to be happy. And what else does it say? And shout for joy, all ye that are upright in heart. You got the mark of God in your forehead. And what's in your forehead? Your brain. Because you know what it says. You don't have to run around like Red Fox talking about Elizabeth is the big one. You don't have to worry about none of that. God is with you all the time. And if you still don't believe me, well, God said, I'm still going to give you some grace, whether you understand it or not. Everybody, this country is bad. This country is this, that, and other. But one thing I read in my word, it says here in Psalm 33, verse 12, y'all want to underline this one? Blessed means God got his hand on it. I think he was praying about something like that. I don't think he knew where I was coming from there. Okay. Blessed is the nation. Y'all didn't hear what the Lord, whose God is the Lord. There's other gods out here, y'all. There's other creators, Elohim, but this is Yahweh, God, the Father, and the people whom he hath chosen for his own inheritance. You're the elect of God. What do you got to sweat about? How do we know that's important? Is the boy just finally won in Sodom and Gomorrah? Just won. Won't destroy it. Wherever you are, you got to understand, because God has blessed you, you are a blessing. Well, I ain't got nothing to you. Oh, hey, you got more than you think you got. When you walk in the room, you done bless somebody.